And good afternoon. It's time for yet another Nfl.Bmd. This is your host, Mike Cena, Court Star Show with Murphy. It's Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky says hi. Got a lot to cover today because the Lions, a week or so ago, played on Monday night, so we know the results of the Ravens game. Well, they won that game. It was a great game, 38-30. And I won't say they didn't dominate, but they more than held their own. Ravens aren't as good as they used to be, but still, it was a great game. The running game was fantastic. Just overall, the defense played well. It was a very exciting game, and I was surprised they won, to be honest with you, but I'm very glad they did. And it was an overall great game, a great win for the franchise. And that leads us to this week. But got some other details first. Bucky, what in the world do you have in front of you? Well, we've got Brownies because the Lions played the Cleveland Browns yesterday. They won that game 34-10 against Cleveland. And Cleveland has a very, very good defense. Their offense stinks. There's just not much there. And they played okay. They got off to a 7-0 lead, and only got 3 points after that. So that pretty much tells you the whole game. Now the Lions didn't do a lot on offense. I mean, they scored, but the big turnaround was they were up 20-10, I believe, and they got a punt return from Khalif Raymond, for a touchdown, and that was fantastic. And that, I'll say, kind of pretty much iced the game, but special team wins was fantastic. The defense played very well. Hutch got 2 sacks, a couple of hurries, a strip sack, and defense played very well. Offense was a little limited because, as I said, Cleveland has a very good defense. Amon-Ra caught 2 touchdowns. Jameson Williams had a couple drops. Montgomery got like nothing, literally nothing. And because I had my fantasy teams, but we did get 1 rushing touchdown, and so overall it was a good game. The crowd was really into it, and I didn't expect it to be on. I checked the earlier listings and it was not on. When I turned the game on at 12, it was on. I was like, oh. So I put my jersey and my hat on because I just had one of my Lions t-shirts on. So it was a very good game. Now, earlier that day, the Vikings played the Steelers and they lost. So that was good. Caroline watched that game. She wasn't happy, but it's the Vikings. But so that helped. And then last night, the Packers, who did they play? They played somebody, I can't remember now. Oh, the Cowboys. Very, very good game. It ended up in a tie, a 40-all tie. It was the second highest tie game in the NFL history, I guess. It was just a very good game, back and forth. And so that helped them. With that tie, the Lions are now in first in the NFC North. They're 3-1. I don't think they're going to be 3-1. I'm glad they are. Murphy's going crazy over here. And the Bears won. They beat the Cowboys, but what can you do? But some very good games on last. I watched the Chiefs and the Ravens play, and Chiefs were back to their old self. They just smacked the Ravens. And Lamar Jackson got injured, and they're just not the Ravens of old. So we'll see what happens there. We got some other news, Bucky. The Blackhawks started their season, and they played the Wild the other night in Minnesota. And we got a hat trick from Frank Nazin, I believe you pronounce his name. So that was good. And I think they won the game before, so they're starting out pretty well. Now, the big news over the weekend, well, first we had 23 views last week. That's very good for us because we only have 18 members. So, but again, no comments because nobody ever comments. But you know, they could subscribe, but I doubt they will. The Cincinnati Reds. I watched the game on Saturday. They beat the Brewers. The next game, they were tied with the Mets. And if the Reds had won, they would have clinched the final playoff spot, the wild card. If both teams had won, the Mets would have won. I'm not sure why, but both teams lost. And Murphy, silly. So the Reds got the final playoff spot, which I was, to be honest, at the beginning of the season, I did not think they would do that. But congratulations to them. They showed the locker room after, and they were just like a bunch of kids, going to the carnival. So that was pretty cool. They play the LA Dodgers. I believe it's tomorrow. I won't swear that. Murphy, what are you doing? Dog's going crazy. But so that'll be fun. And I think that's all I got. A couple injuries to let you know of. DJ Reed, the starting cornerback, got injured, and Terran Arnold got injured. Now, DJ Reed, had a hamstring injury. They don't know if it's torn. It's most likely not. He may or may not be put on IR, which is a minimum of 4 weeks. For their tests, they'll probably know either today, tomorrow, Wednesday for sure. Terran Arnold had a shoulder injury. He got burned twice again in the first quarter, and he's got to improve his game. And he played okay after that, but it's like the first couple reps, he just does not play well for some reason. But we'll see what happens with him. That's really about it, Bucky. I'll keep talking a little bit. Weather's been pretty nice. It's been the 80s last few days. Had some rain a couple nights ago. But I was very happy with the amount of views we had last week. Considering it never really posted online. It did, but it's a special category, so I don't know if you're going to be able to find it. It was a good video, too. I really enjoyed making that one. Which I mentioned on last week's video. But I was very happy with last week's video. Did 23. That's very good for us, and so I will take that. The brownies are very good. They're my birthday brownies. I had a very good birthday. I got a Stanley mug with Batman on it. Kind of like that. That'll be a prop sometime in the near future, I'm sure. And had a lot of wishes online and on Facebook, and just a lot of nice birthday wishes. Thank everybody for those, friends and family, and Murphy, of course. And so that was very nice. Unassuming went to dinner. We were gonna go to Red Robin. We did not end up there. We ended up, I can't remember where we went now, Bucky. Some other place. It was very good, but yeah, it was quiet, unassuming. And 67 looks a lot like 66, but we'll see what happens with that. But thanks again for everybody. I really appreciate that. So it was a good week. Now, the next game the Lions play is next Sunday. They play the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. So I got something for that. And without Joe Burrow, the defense is not nearly as good as Cleveland. So the running game should be back on track. And Goff didn't play that well. He played okay. Jameson Williams dropped a few passes, so he needs to improve. The overall running game has to be better. Like I said, Montgomery didn't really do that much. we did okay, but the defense is playing well. Offense will play better next week, I guarantee that. But yeah, I think that's about it, Bucky. Yeah. So for Mike Scenic Horror Star Show, it's the Brownies. No, it's Bucky. Say bye, Bucky. Murphy says bye too. Bucky says bye. And take care. And we'll catch you next week. And be kind. All right. Bye now.